On a warm August afternoon in 79 AD, a thriving Roman city was living an ordinary day. Bread baking in ovens, wine flowing in taverns, children playing in the streets. Within hours, it would be buried alive, frozen in time, forever. This is the story of what really happened to Pompeii. A like helps the channel grow. Your subscription helps keep history from being forgotten. The city of Pompeii before the eruption. Pompeii was a bustling Roman city located near the Bay of Naples in southern Italy. At its peak, the city was home to an estimated 11,000 to 20,000 residents. Pompeii thrived thanks to fertile volcanic soil, ideal for growing grapes and olives. The city featured an amphitheater, forum, temples, bathhouses, and elaborate private villas. Wealthy Romans built lavish vacation homes in and around Pompeii, drawn to its coastal charm. Streets were lined with shops, bakeries, taverns, and even fast food-style eateries called thermopolia. Elaborate frescoes and mosaics decorated the walls and floors of Pompeii's wealthier homes. The city operated its own sophisticated water system, supplying public fountains and private households. Pompeii sat directly in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a mountain many residents didn't even realize was a volcano. Life in Pompeii seemed ordinary and prosperous, with no idea of the catastrophe about to unfold. Mount Vesuvius awakens. Mount Vesuvius had been dormant for centuries before the fateful eruption of 79 AD. Ancient Romans didn't fully understand volcanoes, and many didn't recognize Vesuvius as dangerous at all. In 62 AD, a powerful earthquake damaged much of Pompeii, a warning sign largely misunderstood at the time. Some buildings were still under repair from that earthquake when the eruption finally struck. On August 24th, 79 AD, Vesuvius violently exploded, sending debris miles into the sky. The eruption is known today as a Plinian eruption, named after eyewitness Pliny the Younger. Pliny the Younger watched the disaster unfold from across the bay and documented it in vivid letters. He compared the massive eruption cloud to the distinctive shape of an umbrella pine tree. His uncle, Pliny the Elder, sailed toward the disaster to help evacuate people, ultimately losing his own life. Within hours, an entire mountain's fury would descend directly upon Pompeii and its neighboring towns. The eruption unfolds. The eruption began with a massive column of ash, pumice, and gas rocketing into the atmosphere. This eruption column eventually collapsed under its own weight, sending destruction downward instead of upward. Volcanic ash and pumice stones rained down on Pompeii for nearly 18 hours straight. Many residents initially sought shelter indoors, unaware of the far greater danger still approaching. Roofs collapsed under the sheer weight of accumulating ash and pumice throughout the night. Some residents fled the city immediately, escaping toward the coast or surrounding countryside. Others waited too long, trapped by darkness, falling debris, and blocked escape routes. Ashfall alone buried the city under several meters of volcanic material. By this stage, many believed the worst had already passed. They were tragically mistaken. The deadliest phase of the eruption was still to come, and it would strike suddenly. The pyroclastic surges. In the early morning hours, Vesuvius unleashed devastating pyroclastic surges, fast-moving clouds of gas and ash. These surges reached temperatures of several hundred degrees Celsius, hot enough to kill instantly. Pyroclastic surges traveled at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, far too fast to outrun. Multiple surges struck Pompeii in rapid succession, each more destructive than the last. Victims caught in these surges died within seconds from extreme heat and toxic gases. Many bodies were found in postures suggesting instant death, with no time to react or flee. The intense heat carbonized wood, food, and even scrolls, preserving them in astonishing detail. Pompeii's neighboring town, Herculaneum, was struck even harder by these superheated pyroclastic flows. In Herculaneum, victims were found near the shoreline, apparently seeking escape by boat that never came. Within a short, terrifying span, both cities were completely buried and erased from the visible world. Life frozen in time. Volcanic ash didn't just destroy Pompeii. It perfectly preserved it for nearly 1,700 years. As victims' bodies decomposed within the hardened ash, they left behind hollow, human-shaped voids. In the 1860s, archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli developed a technique to fill these voids with plaster. This method created eerily detailed casts capturing victims' final poses and expressions. Some casts show people shielding their faces, embracing loved ones, or curling up in fear. Everyday objects were preserved too: bread still in ovens, coins scattered in the street, jewelry on victims. Wall paintings retained vivid colors, offering rare insight into Roman art and daily aesthetics. Political graffiti, advertisements, and even crude jokes were preserved on Pompeii's walls. This incredible preservation transformed Pompeii into an unmatched time capsule of Roman life. Few archaeological sites anywhere in the world offer such an intimate, detailed snapshot of the past. Rediscovering Pompeii. Pompeii remained buried and largely forgotten for over 1,500 years after the eruption. In 1599, workers digging a canal stumbled upon ancient walls and inscriptions, though excavation didn't follow immediately. Formal excavation began in 1748, initially driven more by treasure hunting than scientific curiosity. Early excavators often removed valuable artifacts without properly documenting their original context. Over time, archaeological methods became more careful, systematic, and scientifically rigorous. Excavations gradually revealed entire streets, homes, temples, and public buildings remarkably intact. Pompeii quickly became a sensation across Europe, inspiring art, literature, and renewed fascination with antiquity. The site attracted famous visitors, including writers, artists, and even European royalty. Ongoing excavations throughout the 20th and 21st centuries continue uncovering new sections of the city. Today, roughly two-thirds of Pompeii has been excavated, with the remainder still buried beneath ash. What we've learned from Pompeii. Pompeii has taught historians an extraordinary amount about everyday Roman life. Archaeologists have studied diet, health, and hygiene through preserved food and human remains. DNA and forensic analysis have revealed details about victims' ages, genders, and even injuries. Studies suggest social classes mixed more than previously assumed, based on victims found together. Preserved graffiti reveals Romans' humor, political opinions, and daily complaints, remarkably relatable today. Pompeii has deepened scientific understanding of explosive volcanic eruptions and pyroclastic flows. Volcanologists use Pompeii as a case study to improve modern eruption prediction and evacuation planning. The disaster highlighted how underestimating natural warning signs can lead to catastrophic consequences. Modern cities near active volcanoes, including nearby Naples, study Pompeii as a sobering historical lesson. Pompeii remains one of archaeology's most valuable sources for understanding both ancient life and natural disaster. Pompeii today and Vesuvius's ongoing threat. Today, Pompeii is one of Italy's most visited archaeological sites, drawing millions of tourists annually. Visitors can walk original Roman streets, view preserved homes, and see plaster casts of victims. Conservation remains an ongoing challenge, as exposure to weather threatens fragile ancient structures. Restoration projects continually work to preserve frescoes, buildings, and artifacts for future generations. Mount Vesuvius remains an active volcano today, closely monitored by Italian scientists. Nearly 3 million people now live in the shadow of Vesuvius, in and around modern Naples. Scientists warn that Vesuvius could erupt again, though predicting the exact timing remains impossible. Emergency evacuation plans have been developed for the densely populated region surrounding the volcano. Pompeii serves as a haunting reminder of how quickly nature can overwhelm even advanced civilizations. Nearly 2,000 years later, Pompeii's tragedy continues teaching the world lessons about nature, memory, and resilience. Pompeii's final day remains one of history's most vivid tragedies, a thriving city silenced in mere hours, yet preserved in extraordinary detail. Its ruins remind us how fragile civilization can be against the raw power of nature. If you enjoyed uncovering the story of Pompeii, subscribe for more untold histories, and let us know in the comments which ancient disaster we should explore next.